Hello and welcome to part 2 of my duels that I had with this guy here. So during our first series of duels, he was going for backstabs quite a bit, which isn't such a big problem, but when your opponent is going for backstabs constantly and he's wearing the Hornet's ring, well, that can make for some really annoying tactics. But don't get me wrong, he also had some other tactics previously in our duels, but now this time he changed his tactics up quite a bit, quite drastically actually, and well, we had some good matches, and ironically enough, he's actually a better player when he's not going for backstabs constantly. During our duels here in the depths, we had a total of 10 matches. I believe he won 6 duels out of 10 of them and I won 4, but one of them was a bit controversial. But anyways, I think he had at least one parry on me. I know I had one parry, but I failed to get that riposte. I don't think I showed it here in this video though. But yeah, this was actually our very first match, and he took me out with a nice predicted parry and riposte. I believe he was wearing the exact same equipment throughout all of our matches, although he did have a secondary weapon that he did switch to at times. I believe I used the Great Club in some of our matches as my secondary weapon. I don't know if I show it. I believe I do show that, but it seems like every single time I switched to my Great Club, he switched to his Great Axe, which was interesting. Don't know what his reasoning behind that was. I suppose the Great Axe is a bit quicker than the Great Club perhaps, but it has much shorter reach. Here he gets a backstab on me as I try and roll away. You know, the Great Club is not a very good weapon to pivot your character with. I don't think I've ever hit anyone by pivoting my character trying to predict where they will be. But I have hit their shield doing that, so I've come kinda close. But it's simply not the same as the any Ultra Greatsword. Yeah, I was like way late with that timing trying to get him on the wake up hit. Just take a moment, eat some more grass. And as you can see, we both got our heavy weapons out. And once again, he had quite a few partial parries. He was trying for a lot of parries. And he's got his annoying little katana there. You know, part of the reason that he did so good is because, well, I really need to learn how to parry a katana, because honestly, I'm not that great at it. I think my best chance to parry a katana is just to completely predict it and make it a blind parry. So that's definitely challenging. Otherwise, I honestly don't know how to parry it during its swings, during its spamming of the attack, spamming the katana attacks. I finish him off with a quick dash attack as he tries to hit me with his heavy, slow weapon. I didn't really think to use my crystal magic weapon, but I probably could have. Get an awfully laggy hit on him right there. My Great Club. Now he did this quite a bit, and I think it was part of his tactics. It was like my attacks would just barely fall short of him, I mean, and then he would barely use the maximum reach of his katana and slash at me, which was very wise. Now here during this match, he did a lot of attacks. Suppose you could say he was spamming the attack. Yeah, I believe that he actually did bleeding damage to me once or twice during this match. He did have me cornered right there. It was very nice. Once again, I really should learn how to parry katanas successfully. Would have been a very nice counter to his katana here. Luckily for me, I did not lose any more HP from taking the bleeding status, or my bleeding bar fully filling up once again for the second time. I did not even know this, but now I do, and he finishes me off with the quick strike. And he's got his red tearstone ring there. I believe he was using that the entire time. Looks like he's using the red tearstone ring and the dark wood grain ring. And here, this is actually our final match. And during our last 2 matches, I finally decided to try something a little bit different against him. And well, I took out my pyromancies. And well, my pyromancies here were actually very effective against him, although this match is pretty close. This was actually, oh, that was a nice dash attack. Takes a backstab on me. I think that's where most of his damage came from. And I keep him at bay with my fire surge. Ooh, he barely dodges that great fireball. Broke his guard. Looks like I'm keeping him on his feet. And we go head on, but I just barely take him out before he depletes my HP. So thanks for watching, goodbye.